Hello, I am Leave Nelson B, musician for Lonely Ghost Records, and this is Tellin with Ellen. Here, we will go over recent Lonely Ghost releases, as well as those from affiliated artists, in a quest to get liner notes that you cannot get in a digital era. I hope you enjoy.
I feel like you're giving John more work right now.
You know,
Hi,
not a
John.
good thing and bad thing is I don't have to like people. Like
No.
I don't. Nor am I required to. I don't have to make money in this scene. I make plenty of it.
Who's making money? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Probably the people you set up for.
Yeah, well, none of those people, at least not my main job, are making. None of those people are in the scene.
But yeah, like, yeah, yeah. I don't have to make money in this scene. The notoriety of music is not really imperative to whether I eat or not. So I have nothing to lose. I literally have nothing to lose. Like, I'm still gonna make music whether I put it out or not. But what's your workflow like when it came to doing this record?
It was everywhere. It was like I never have like a set way I start songs. I just kind of, however I come up with the idea, that's where it starts. So if it's like guitar or bass or like an omnichord. And I think every song started pretty differently and started at various times. Like Venus, I wrote in fucking 2014,
Oh wow.
and I just held on to it for like years and years. And I don't even really particularly like that song a bunch. I like Una's part, but I felt like I should have just added it because more songs.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. I love when that happens when you have like a song that just doesn't really fit on anything else, and then finally the right release comes along for it and the right artist to collab with makes it like next level. It's such a good track. It's one of my favorites on that album.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is my favorite song on the album.
It's crazy to hear that it's like it's that old.
It's fucking. I wrote it in astrology class in high school.
Oh really?
Yeah, they were going about all the astronomers, all the shit that they were wrong about. So I wrote
Oh,
a song about that, like all of the shit.
that's so funny. I love that. Yeah, it's a super good song. I really like that one. I'd say it's the one that's grown on me the most. As
Thank you. I
I've been
appreciate.
obsessively re-listening to this.
Thank you. That's really weird to hear. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm just here to say weird stuff.
That's good.
All
Keep
right,
you on your toes.
weird stuff, jazz. We got our role for you here at Tellin.
Wild card.
Oh yeah. Anytime I feel bad, I just listen to Exciting Excellent.
Yeah,
That's what I
same.
do too.
you know.
I do it too. It works. I
I
like
really
it.
love that sound.
Thank
and
you.
like
Yeah.
the whole Lonely Ghost cruise made me want like more guitars. That's been one thing
Yeah.
that I think like I'm doing next is like everyone's stuff is so exciting.
Hell yeah. I definitely feel that way about everything that's going on with Lonely Ghost right now. It's been super cool to see.
And John's new stuff too. That was like I was like, you know what? I should start getting weirder with my shit too. Like,
And
Mhm.
I don't know when this podcast is coming out, so like, but I will say like MK Jantra is like one of my like favorite songs that I heard in a long time. I fucking love
Just-
MK Jantra.
Just like best title.
Yeah, it is a good title too. Like
his titles are always weird as shit. It's funny.
Best song title 2022.
oh man. Yeah, because they're not cryptic at all either. Like, I'm sorry I ruined your birthday is pretty much.
It's like it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Throw me in the trash. Like, or is it someone? I don't remember exactly. I'm really bad with song names.
Well, and his are long ones. They're not
Yeah,
as
that's
obnoxious
true.
as mine though.
Yeah,
And-
you have like parentheses and shit. Like,
Yeah, and not to spoil anything, it's not gonna get like any
Not gonna get any easier.
Yeah.
Good.
It's
I make
not-
us work for it. Like,
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough going. But yeah, this album is cool because all the songs are just one word. It's really easy to remember. It's really easy to like say to someone, "Hey, I listened to this song. It's called Cathedral," and then they're like, "Okay, cool. Now I know what song to go look up."
That's
can
easy
spell
to
it.
memorize until I
Like-
get home, you know?
All right, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to do a left parentheses and then 2 exclamation points and then a space and then 3 more exclamation points and
weird.
yeah.
And I have a really bad tendency to like scan things. I don't actually read it. So like I don't read it in order. I'll just kind of like
Oh,
I'll
it's the
see the
times,
words.
baby. No one reads anymore. We don't
Yeah,
read.
like yeah.
We skim.
So like
It's
I'll
fine.
see song names and I'll like I know it's weird, not okay, small, like but like I don't know
Yeah.
the order. Like I get really fucked up on the order of the words.
Well,
With
I look
everything.
I look for curse words, then I pare down after that.
I don't even know if there's any curse words on Cyclical besides cock. Pond says cock at one point.
Is cock a curse word? Like,
I don't.
would I get bleeped out on
You
network
can't say it on
television?
TV, so that's
Oh, okay.
usually what I. That's how I
yeah,
do it.
I don't know. I haven't watched network television in a long time though. They've changed the rules a lot.
That's a good point,
I
actually.
feel like you could say it on Hulu and Netflix. So like,
Definitely HBO.
Yeah, I get. Well, I mean, yeah, you can say whatever you want on HBO, but
You could show that if you want. So
yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones had more dicks than I've ever seen in my entire life up to that point. You know.
Oh my god, y'all! I finally just got HBO today. I started Righteous Gemstones. I'm losing my mind over here.
I want to get it
Righteous
because I
Gemstones.
want to finish South Park because I love South Park.
Anyway, back to the record.
oh yeah.
So like what made this be like a collaborative affair as opposed to just like, oh, I'm Jake and I do music type of record.
Well, okay, so I've always wanted it to be like this. So going back to high school again, I tried to do this, and then I tried to do it again in college. So it was always like that was always the idea, and it basically like I was gonna not do the drums, and I was gonna come up with like instrumental demos, let the drummer kind of take it in a new place, mix that together, kind of flesh it out more, then give it to a singer and let the singer kind of take it in another direction. That's generally how most of it worked.
It works super well.
Thank you.
Like
I'm like trying to think. They're all very different and came together at different times, so it's like tough to be like.
they're very
did it
different,
this.
but they also definitely have like a cohesive kind of feel to them. You can definitely tell like the arrangement in there and the production. Like there's, even though, yeah, I think it's accurate to say that like each of these songs could just be like its own project almost. They still have like they're interesting, and this is a super interesting listen through, but also it definitely has like some common themes and common threads that make it feel like really complete. I don't know. It's been really sticking with me. I can't say it enough.
That's really nice to hear because that was some of the criticism I had gotten was like the other 4 songs I had out were all pretty. There's no cohesion between any of them. They're all pretty weird and separate. So I tried to kind of I try to use the same instruments and the same effects and shit.
Yeah, they all definitely have a similar kind of feel to them. Definitely feel like they all belong on the album together, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I use the same kick and snare on everything, or like almost everything.
Yeah.
And like that helped a lot.
I think for me myself, I don't use necessarily the same kick and snare, but I try to stack. When I stack things just to give it like, you know, a more beef to it, I use the stack as similar. You know what I mean? Like if I have a reverberating like hand clap or something like that, you know, that I use on top of the snare just to give it some more wiggle room, like I keep that the same. Like as opposed to everything else that gives it kind of like the glue that I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's a great word.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Blue.
like I consider those things like glue or like lubricant for the rest of the album to go down, or for the rest of the EP to go down. And plus, me and collaborating, I have a different relationship with collaboration because up until recently, I didn't have relationships with my collaborators. You know, it's more like, hey, email management, management gives me a quote, and management says yes or no, or I say yes or no. You know, sometimes I've said no, and sometimes they like, okay, we can actually do it at this. You know, and it's very like set in stone, very mechanical, very. It doesn't feel creative, you know, necessarily. You know,
I get
and
that.
you know, I think the first time I had a relationship was like when General Leo, I actively like talked to like Mondo Slade and Conscious, you know, on a semi regular basis. I haven't talked to Mondo Slade since I lost Instagram, but you know that's a whole other
Your
can of
Instagram's
worms.
been your Instagram's been hacked for like a month.
They won't give it back. They won't. Instagram will not give me my account back.
We need to get it. We need to get everyone to report it and just turn it down. And then you can just make a new one.
Yeah, it's not fun. But yeah, like any other time for collaboration, whether it be through like, you know, Afro or RB Row or Roddy Row, excuse me. Like it's a very mechanical situation. You know, it's a very like expectations are clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
That's not how most of this was at first.
Oh
It
yeah,
was like,
and
hey,
it
I have
seems
a
like
demo.
you have a genuine like relationship with these people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I knew all of them pretty well besides Kikumi.
oh, okay.
I really don't know Kikumi at all. Like we talk on Twitter sometimes, but that's about it. Like, but when you're in Japan and we speak different languages, it's like,
yeah,
well, I like him.
that-
I like him a lot, but
Mhm.
I do wish I knew him more.
But yeah, especially with Pons, I think I'm steadily developing relationship with Pons the Angel.
Pons is just the coolest, so
Yeah.
it's easy.
Yeah, unbelievably cool. Like I like just like send him a record, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." Like, oh, okay,
Yeah, very chill. Just
right.
like, all right, yeah, that's how I feel. I was like, okay, like, and then you get like a really fleshed out, nice track, like 3 weeks later, or 2 weeks later.
But yeah, and plus I don't know. This thing flows really well. It's like sequenced perfectly. Like, you know, especially from like when it goes from Gold Venus to Vamonos, like it's
That was very intentional.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's excellent sequencing there. It flows
Yeah.
super well.
I thought about having Venus change key at the very end to fit right into Vamonos, but I just didn't feel like doing it, so I didn't do it. But I thought about doing it a lot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it works as is
I agree.
super
I
well.
definitely agree.
And they're both omnichords playing through a Mel 9 string pedal, which
Hell
I don't
yeah.
have around me, but so it worked. It was like fading out with the same instrument that you're fading in with. So that just made sense.
For sure.
And how big was the cutting room floor on this record? Or is this everything that you made for it?
Like in terms of like, oh, did I cut songs?
Yeah.
There was like some songs I like consciously like. I had a bunch of demos and I picked like 5 of them to focus on. But I wouldn't say like I did finished any then didn't use them. If I would have finished more, I probably would have included more.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't write that many songs, and it's kind of hard to finish songs because sometimes these songs take like 8 months.
Yeah, that's the one pitfall of collaboration is
It takes a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jazz is aware that like whatever you ask somebody to do, just multiply that by like 1.7 times, and you may get it at that time. Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, I need this in 10 days. Are you gonna get it in 30? You know, like
Yeah,
that's just how it is.
So
Especially
I am. I mean, this is the 4th try doing this, I think. Just this podcast, because shit just comes up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in that realm, yeah, like you know, I'm 34 and people my age like have kids and shit, and it's like, yeah, like some adult things happen, you know, like
Yeah, so whatever, you know.
yeah, it's whatever, you know. And plus, like, I'm an oddball myself because I work nights during weekends, Friday through Monday night, you know. So, like, yeah, I'm off Tuesday through Thursday every week, and that like puts a thorn in everybody's side for plans. I really don't care because I don't like doing things with friends. If I'm having fun, I'd rather be by myself. If I'm being
That's kind of how I
honest.
am.
If I'm having a good time, that usually means I'm in a vulnerable state, and, I don't need people seeing me in a vulnerable state.
You know who
Yeah.
doesn't wait long though, and who's really fast is fucking John. John will send me shit like the same day.
Uh,
Like I mean, like immediately.
if people are usually dependent upon me, I'm usually fairly quick. You know, I'm not now because like I'm working on the Holla Back Girl thing for the comp, and
I started that too. I got the drums sequenced out.
oh really you do? Huh. Well, for which comp? Because I think we're involved in two of them, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I think y'all are talking about the same one.
the Lonely Ghost one, the 2000s
The
comp.
2000s
Okay, yeah,
comp,
2000.
yeah.
Cause, yeah,
Jazz,
'cause
what are you doing by the way? I forget.
I'm doing Metro Station.
Nice, that'd be cool.
yeah, oh yeah, I remember
That'd be
that.
awesome.
I'm not doing Shake It though. I'm doing Control.
That's better.
Yeah. It's gonna be easier. I picked it because I thought it'll be easy.
That's why I picked my song because the drums are the same the whole way through.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
me
that's
too.
huge.
Yeah. So that means I just have to like, I don't know, spend 20 minutes writing that. I'm good.
Yeah, and just
It's
like
gonna be so easy.
get weird with the rest, you know?
I haven't even started mine. I'm gonna do it an hour before submission. I'm just gonna knock it all out then. I'm not even worried about it right now because I'm like, it's gonna be so easy. I'll just do it the last minute.
And that's how you'll get the most like adrenaline and shit.
Yeah, like I'll just do it very last minute, and as soon as I'm done, I just bounce what I got and send it in.
I can't do that because I'm scatterbrained. I have to triple check everything, or else I will fuck it up somehow.
I know it'll take me a minute because like a few things will happen. You know, like well, first for Holla Back Girl, I gotta get that. I gotta get that to Vivi as soon as possible. But yeah, I'll get started working on it. And be like, oh, what's this snare sound like? Oh shit, I just got a notification from Reddit or something like that. Oh, like
Yeah, I'm very scatterbrained. It's so easy, especially because I'm always on Twitter.
And plus, I like to get things set for like at least a day before I start revising them. You know, because what may sound dope one day when you've been pounding your ears in for like 2 hours and 2 hours straight doesn't necessarily sound dope the next day when you're coming in fresh. You know,
Totally agreed. That's huge, and that's what takes me a long time too, because I mix 4 nights a week, sometimes 6 nights a week. So like, I come home and I can't like mix for another fucking 3 hours. Like my ears are already shot because it's loud, and
I bet.
yeah, especially with those DX 990s that you got rocking on your head.
I bought these, and then the next day I saw an ad for them half off. I was so mad, and someone told me to like return it, and then I was just like, I don't know. I'm not organized and shit, so
No, if it's already here, it's done.
yeah, I've worn it. Like
I
that's
purchased it. It's like yeah, it's done.
Yeah, just let me be angry, even if I can do something about it.
I just want to say I really really like BMO a lot.
Thank you.
I mean, that was a great choice for his first single. That really really was.
Oh yeah.
I felt like that was the weirdest one, and that's what I'm trying to go for. Is
It sets the
strange.
tone. It sets the tone really nicely. It definitely tells me right up front what I'm in for.
Yeah, and like two people have called it like Bruce Springsteen. I don't know what the fuck that means. and I don't hear it at all. But like I've been
Bruce
told that.
Springsteen.
Yeah,
That's okay. I would really love to get
Well-
inside the mind of whoever said that. I would
Bruce
love to see
Spring-
the line.
Well, I think they're latching on to Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
I
think,
guess
you know.
that could be a connection.
I mean, like,
But-
I'm not mad about it, but like I don't listen to Bruce Springsteen like at all. Like,
but Dancing in the Dark was more of like that groove is so prevalent throughout the '80s that if you're not like
I just
real astute,
that's
that's what
that
you're gonna
feels-
yeah.
that feels broad to me. That feels too broad. I don't know.
if
Well,
it's
I mean, it was the highest grossing probably single that even sounded remotely like that, but like
Oh, I'm just being picky.
you know, but it's like what the fuck was it? I can't even think of a good example right now, but it's kind of it's kind of myopic to look at BMO that way because I thought it was just like a fun like I could see like a bunch of like high-waisted like bikinis and a car wash going on or some shit.
See, I always saw like deep greens and like blues when I was like listening to it. I picture
Yeah.
colors, dude. That's like a big thing, and that's like whatever colors I feel like I see. That's what I go for, like with the effects and stuff. That's
I
don't
totally
know.
get that. And honestly, I kind of, as weird as it is, I kind of feel those colors definitely come through on that track.
that's
I don't
good.
really know that I could quantify that or explain that any further, but I kind of get what you mean by that.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't come up with like themes either. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Because when I ask someone to like sing on a song or like play drums on it, like I don't give them like a mood. I kind of just say like, "You tell me the mood," and that's
Okay.
what'll help me.
So
like,
you just show them the track itself and no notes.
yeah, no notes. I mean, if they like ask for it and they're like, I'm having like struggling, I'll help because I'm not trying to be like lazy,
Okay.
but like I really want them to like kind of take it in a different place,
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what.
That's super cool.
But besides scenery, I would say BMO is probably the most like up tempo, upbeat record on the EP.
Yeah, it's fucking 155 beats BPM,
Yeah.
and then
It's fun. It's so fun.
thank
I
you.
love that track.
Yeah, me too. I've listened to it a lot. And Taylor from Bitch Seat is one of my favorite artists. Like it has been since 2017 or 18, maybe. Probably more like 8. Or I don't know. Time is weird. COVID's
Yeah.
fucked up all my whole clock in my brain.
I feel that.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. 2021 didn't start till like last like June for me. Like
Yeah, everything's just like everything's fucked up, bro. All the timing. But either way, like I love Taylor. So when Taylor was down, that was like, ooh, I was like, I got like it's working. Like cool people want to work with me. Like that was sick.
That's so cool.
and like yeah, because the record starts off on like a really high note, and like it's hard to be on a low note with Pawns the Angel. At least I think it is. But I think Gold with Caitlin Gasper like kind of like changes like the middle third of it. It's like Hey I Love You's first EP where like he intentionally slows it down in the middle a little bit and then picks it back up at the very end of it, but yeah, Gold is probably like the track that made me think, okay, there's something different going on here. There's like, there's a whole other level of talent that is like being presented now as opposed to the first two tracks. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you. I used a ukulele to write that one.
Oh, really?
I was learning Everything Stays by from Adventure Time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go in the garden. The first 3 chords of that are just gold. I just changed them around and should change them significantly, but like, yeah, I just took those first 3 and kind of wrote, and then I put like a bunch of weird effects on a bass, and then just made a really fast drum kit and sent it to Caitlin and said, "Hey, that was the only time I gave someone a mood. I told Caitlin like, he had really like something kind of like monotoned, and
Okay.
Caitlin gave me like the perfect
Yeah.
the perfect take.
Yeah, that track has such like attitude to the vocals that's just like super infectious.
And they were really cool about it.
Or
They were like,
super fun.
I think I even gave them a simple melody, and they're like, I'm gonna use something totally different, and it was way better, like way better. And that was like a good like reminder that like I don't need to give them shit. Like they'll usually give me something better than what I tell
Mhm.
them. So
But yeah, I really
Thank you.
like Gold and Venus. I think we're like the two like, I mean, unironic high points for me. You know.
Nice,
Mhm.
thank you. It feels really nice to hear that because I've been sitting on these for a really long time, and I've been talking with you two for a really long time. It feels like, and I listen to both of your music a lot. So
Yeah, I'm not good at being disciplined to sit on tracks. Like I've been sitting on 4.0 for like a period of like, some of these tracks have existed for like 2 years now, and that's getting on my nerves. I can't imagine, hanging on to Venus for almost 8 years before you release it. Like,
well, there was a different version that did get released in a different band I was in,
oh, okay.
but it got taken down and it was horrible. It was like really indie rock and like recorded poorly, and it was a nightmare. So it felt good to like reclaim that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I recognize that disdain for well, I shouldn't say disdain because I've had some cool people in this Cleveland music scene that we are in the midst of, and yeah, just full disclosure, me and Jake probably live like maybe like 20 miles away from each other, I think.
Yeah.
At that,
Really
Yeah.
close.
like, so
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, you're just on the I'm on the east side, Jake's on the west side of town.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I spent more time in Cleveland on the east side, but I've been here since like right before the pandemic.
Yeah, you guys
Oh,
ties
very
to
fun.
ties to Youngstown too, right? Like,
Yeah, I was born there. I was born in Akron, but I grew up in Youngstown my whole life.
oh, okay.
And that was something. But I had a good life. Like I had a really good parents and shit, so it was all good.
I
That's
remember
good.
the first time I heard of Youngstown, I was in high school, and we had to go down to Rayan High School to record like a basketball game, like because we were
Oh.
playing them, and I was like the videographer for the basketball team. And there's like nobody in the stands whatsoever. Like they're just clear. Nobody's there, right?
Was it for Youngstown or high school?
It was Rayan High School, right
Okay.
by YSU. And
Okay.
but yeah, the janitor like was like chilling with me. Like we like he's not on camera, but like you can hear me talking to the janitor. While the coach is like watching tape, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, they got us talking. But apparently, like at one point in time, there was like a football game, and like it was like stacked, like it was like homecoming or some shit. And like after the band got done performing, like two rival gangs started shooting each other at the
Oh my
football.
god. Jeez.
Oh
And
my
after
God.
and after that, they had like an amnesty day where the cops showed up with like this box, like anything you put in here, we won't charge you. We just want to get everything out of it. They had to get multiple like dumpsters of shit. Like,
Jeez.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's that's the only time I've ever spent considerable amount of time in Youngstown. The only other time in Youngstown was, I don't know if you remember the GameCube and how it had like,
Yeah.
there was an accessory for it where it had like a flip top screen where you could just like,
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that was so cool.
and I sat in Youngstown State University student union playing fucking Soul Calibur 2.
Of course you were. Of course you did that shit.
Soul Calibur.
Oh my
2.
God, that's so awesome.
Was that with that? Was Link on the cover of that
yeah,
one?
yeah, Link.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
one that had Link.
Oh,
Yeah, that was Link, and it had, I think for PS2 it had the dude from Tekken,
Right.
okay.
and Xbox I think had Master Chief.
I remember that. I like that when Master Chief was on that. That was like
Yeah,
what the fuck? 'Cause that was I don't know. I don't even remember how old I was actually.
I think either Xbox Type Master Chief or Star Killer from Force Unleashed or some
What? I
or
didn't know
something like
that.
or maybe that was Soul Calibur 3. But yeah, I sat in the student
Okay.
union playing. I never went to this school. I've taken a few classes there as an adult, but like it was just like at this point I never went to the school, and I had an extra controller. People would just like challenge me right then and there, like, "Hey
I
man,
challenge you,
hey,
Nelson.
hey man, you want to play? Like, sure. Like, but I'm getting Voldo, man, and you,
That was the Mummy, right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that one.
That
That
was
was
the
freaky.
that was the freak. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's supposed to
Voldo
be
was the
like a
shit, man. I love
like
Voldo.
very
little
like.
freaky guy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be deaf, right, or something like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, Voldo was my character. But yeah, that's my Youngstown story.
That's a pretty light story. I'd say that's a pretty enjoyable experience.
No, because like shit gets real in Youngstown, man. Like
Yeah, I honestly never experienced anything, nothing bad. So
and there's a woman that I used to be friends with that used to paint, and she lived in Champion, Ohio, which
okay,
was like just north of that. So
yeah,
actually, I have a few painting thing, somewhere in this house. But yeah, I've gone down 11 South a lot of times. So,
yeah.
but yeah, sorry, Jess, to go on an Ohio tangent right there.
That's okay. I was yeah. Sounds nice.
Yeah, you're learning lots of Ohio,
Yeah.
Northeast Ohio lore.
And how all my stories involve video games. Okay, so back to the record.
Oh, gee, how did we get down that? We've been talking about that for a while.
I told you I was like we're gonna go on a few tangents, So
That's okay. I mean, I like talking to you guys.
it's good.
It's
like,
fine.
we get along.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like,
Yeah. Also, it's my first time talking to Jazz. Voice to voice. It's nice to meet
yeah,
you. By
seriously, it's nice to talk to you, Jazz.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's nice to talk to y'all.
The way.
it's like I know what your voice sounds like, but when it's singing, it's different. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, we should hang out more.
yeah, I'm down to do this all the time because I'm just here. If I'm not at work, I'm sitting right here playing Pokemon.
So, like, you mentioned that this record took a while to get put together and released. Like, what was the biggest hang up? Like, was it more of a creative thing or was it more logistical? Like between all the collaborations.
Collaborations were easy. The drums hold me up like big time.
Oh yeah.
That's like the hardest thing. It takes me days, like weeks to program like the simplest shit. Mostly because I'm nervous to do them. Like I don't like
Yeah.
doing them. I never had to do them, but I did them. I did it all on this thing.
Oh wow!
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, this is Kayla's. Kayla wanted to like sequence some drums, and I was like,
Hey,
"Fuck yeah!"
why don't you tell us what it is since we're on a podcast?
Oh yeah, good
man.
thinking.
Yeah, show us your gear.
The MIDI Fighter 3D. It's like a little drum.
Yes.
I didn't even know what it's called. So, but it
No,
hooks up to
I-
Ableton real easy.
Yeah, I've played around with those before. They're super fun. I just love the clicky buttons.
Yeah, they feel amazing, and like that was once when Kayla got this, that kind of changed things for me. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like suddenly I could like play them nice, and I could really customize all these like weird buttons.
Very cool.
But so definitely the drums were the biggest hang up. And then just general like this apartment's old, so lots of power issues, and like my computer's not very new, so like if I loaded up too many tracks or too many effects, it would freeze and like cut out during takes. So just like a lot of stuff I've actually kind of fixed up lately.
But
Do you see my cat in the corner? You see her ears?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
But no, like some of my favorite music has been made on Mac, so which you say use a Mac, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I believe Holy Kerouac also uses a Mac, and I have a friend that uses an M1 Mac to use it to his music, and like seriously, like I've seen a guy have like 61 voices all with effects at the same time, just buttery smooth. Like
that'd be amazing. I can't even
yeah,
imagine that.
Gorgeous.
yeah, just buttery smooth. And I'm like I want one, but I don't want a Mac at the same time. Like I would only use it to make music. Like, and I used to be a Mac guy, big time, but like ever since I got a taste of the Linux, and I can't go back. I can't go back permanently for like everyday stuff. I'm either all Windows or all like Linux Mint or something like that.
That's another issue I run into. I have to, if I really want to go all out, I have to mix like the guitars in one session and then like the drums in another and the vocals in another, and put like the stems in together and mix the stems. And like that was pretty tough and confusing because I would get mixed up and save things wrong and save them in the wrong spots and shit. But like if I
Yeah.
want to go crazy with all the effects and do everything, like I have to mix it in separate sessions.
Yeah, it's one thing I do miss is that having that stuff done for you, and when you become your own mixer and your own
Yeah, it's like,
and your own master, like you just accumulate so many WAV files real quick,
yeah, and like I'm just fucking stupid and I'm like unorganized and I'm just trying to record shit
Yeah,
and stuff.
but yeah, my drums are mostly done on this little fucking
That's cool.
Akai Fire. Sometimes I do them on the MPC Live, but it's only if I have it's only if I have like a marriage to like a certain drum sound that that makes you think of it right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, the MPC Live mostly functions as my sampler, which that has been an invaluable piece of equipment for me. But that's all I use. I don't use guitars. I'm pretty sure that you're a full on string instrumentalist, aren't you?
For the most part, I think you see him in the back. All my guitars are in the back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. He probably can't see him too well, but yeah, mostly strings, keyboards, and no live drums on the first one. There's gonna be live drums on the second one though. A little bit.
Ooh.
2 songs at least.
Because scenery mostly sounds like live drums. I love that snare on scenery, by the way. That snare is fucking killer.
Thank you. That's literally fucking garage band drums.
Yeah,
Just like a garage band smart track that is exported as like one big file. So the drums are one file in that song.
Oh wow.
I just didn't do it's one stereo file, so like panned hard left and right, and that's it. That song's like fucking 12 tracks, and most of them are from John.
Wow.
Or so it may be like 16 tracks, and like 8 of them are from John.
yeah.
That's wild.
I think they were talking on a group chat yesterday about one of my songs. Alex was talking about the change we needed, and
I didn't know what Alex was talking about, honestly.
well, because like the change we needed, because John was pretty hard on me about getting what was every person on the label at that time on 2.0, and I didn't have anything from Alex or Shane at that point, and I'm literally sitting on like the front steps of my hospital at work with my MPC Live trying to figure out, yeah, what can I do with these Riser tracks? And I remember I think it was the change you needed, or the change you wanted, and I changed it to the change we needed, and I sped it up, added drums to it, and literally it's a 2-voice track.
Nice, that's cool. That's
it
like
is a 2-voice track, and I'm like, I guess here it is, I guess, and like I guess I don't know how I feel about this. It ended up being like one of the ones that people responded to the most. Like I don't understand it.
that's how I feel about fucking Venus. Like I didn't think anyone would like that song because I don't particularly I love that song, honestly. So like sometimes you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just goes to show production really doesn't make a song good. Like the song has to be good before production. And that's
Very true.
like if the song sucks before that, it's not gonna you can't fix it.
Very, very true.
You can ruin it, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, like listen to like anything, any post punk like in the 80s, like the late 70s. Like it all sounds like shit. Who cares? Like
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've taken to subtraction as a like important part of the process. Like, because I think before I wanted to add like anything and everything I could to a track, but now I'm more like, okay, maybe less is actually more. In as many times I heard that throughout, my musical career, like no, less is not more. But I think once you know how to do pretty much anything you want to do, then you know what to take away.
yeah, and
It's-
like knowing when to stop and just be like, all right, like I don't know, just taking a breath, you know.
Yeah, like uh, I don't know if you guys remember last week when I did. Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago now? When I did the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and Destiny Child remixes, like
Mm-hmm.
the Yeah Yeah Yeahs one took a lot longer because it originally had a lot more crap in it. Until I was like, let's take everything away except for like the melody, maybe a little bit of the drums, and yeah, like less actually it ended up making it sound a lot better because I was sometimes you're just doing too much as as somebody who composes as opposed to somebody who has to like make this into a song. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So,
That's what I like about Lonely Ghost is that there wasn't everyone's like doing their own weird way of like recording and mixing. Like fucking Caleb's doing it on his phone. John's never explained to me his process, but I know John experiments a lot. Uh oh, I almost said something I can't say yet. It's hard to I feel like I'm not used to being in a label and having secrets like people you can't talk about yet.
oh yeah,
Secrets.
Secrets, like it's so fucking
No, tell all the secrets to me.
I can't I can't tell a secret.
Have you guys ever played Symphony, the game?
No.
No, I think I remember you telling me about it though.
I've played this record on Symphony, and it is pretty damn good. The stages are pretty damn good. If you don't know Symphony, it uses music to create the stages. It's like
Right.
a shoot 'em up. It's like a shoot 'em up, like Space Invader style or some shit.
Oh, I remember when you were talking
Yeah,
about this,
okay.
and I'm pretty sure it was all going over my head. I wasn't understanding.
But yeah, it's like a an arcade shoot 'em up, like Space Invaders and shit.
That's
Only
cool.
the enemies generate to like the actual like treble and bass response and the tempo of your music. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I get it then. That's cool.
So yeah, and that's how I take in music now. Primarily, if I got a new album to listen to, I just play it on Symphony like over
That's a
and over
cool
and
way
over
to
again.
experience an album.
That's a
Like
really cool way to
Yeah.
experience a new album.
It's
like
very
for a first
engaging.
listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
wow.
engaging. It's very unpredictable depending on the difficulty level, and it's like, yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool to play this record on Symphony, especially Venus, because you think it would be slower, but no, it's actually one of the harder tracks.
Really,
to play. Yeah,
I would love to see that because like
I should do a Twitch stream of me playing Symphony.
That
you
would
should
be
do that for
amazing.
bands, like debut albums, like playing this game. Like that'd be cool.
Yeah, like, but man, like, yeah, this thing rips on Symphony.
That's really cool. I need to try that.
Also, your mastering technician is also very fucking good. Like,
Yeah, Jamie's amazing. Shout out to Jamie Vitullo. I don't know what his Twitter handle is, but if anyone ever wants Jamie to master something, hit me up and I'll send you right to him. I've known Jamie since fucking high school, and he's a really good drummer, like a really amazing drummer. But yeah, I don't really know how he does it, but everything he gives me is like always just like really clear and like he makes the low end super punchy. It's I love it.
but yeah, like, yeah, this record does sound like I can imagine there's an inherent challenge with mastering something like this, But yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely like all the levels are pretty damn good, especially
Yeah, and pretty
once-
consistent.
yeah, pretty consistent, and like mastering technicians definitely don't get the love that they deserve as far as like
No,
being
totally. Because
notoriety is concerned.
I think part of that is because like nobody knows what they do, and they're definitely doing something, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like
It's something really important.
Totally.
That's
but
all. That's what I've been able to gather so far.
Well,
It's
yeah,
important, but what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't know.
because I master all my own work,
Wizardry.
so like,
How do you do it? You don't have to give us your secrets, but I would at some point. I'd like to know what you're doing.
because I do it myself, I can make a lot of those like decibel level choices like way early in the process to make sure everything is like
Okay.
mixed to a certain dB as far as like the master track is concerned, and it's a lot of like master track manipulation, whether it be through EQ or
Yeah.
through EQ or just through a simple volume change. But a lot of those choices are made early in the process to make sure that everything's like either mixed to like -3 or 0 or +3 or however how loud I want this track to sound like if I'm working on a project. Sometimes I have more work to do if I have a song that just randomly ends up on a project that wasn't mastered like the other songs or mixed like the other songs. It has a little bit more work to do. Like Disgust in the Sun, when I finally get to mixing and mastering that record, that's going to be like I actually have a studio space. I actually have a deposit on the studio space to actually go into an actual studio to like mix and master that one. So because I'm pretty sure I can't do a lot of like powerful vocal processing here in my home, unfortunately. But yeah, like it's a process that you keep in mind in the beginning, especially if you do it yourself.
Yeah.
And
That was something I forgot about. I had to like almost remix the whole album because all of the levels were way too hot.
Yeah. If you're peaking, that's something that you don't really have to like worry about it on a composition level. But once you start adding effects and stuff like that, and keep in mind what order the effects are in, and I think you may go for this where like as soon as you sit down and import like a certain track, like say you import a snare, like I'm automatically sweeping like between 200 and 250 to see what I need to cut out.
Oh yeah.
And things of that nature. Like you fall into those normal producer like like I'm gonna compress every like drum that I'm gonna do, or like it's you fall into a checklist of ideas, and and I don't know if
Most tracks have like 3 layers of compression for me. Like a one on the main track, a light compressor, and then a side chain compressor, and then the third one will kind of depend on where I'm at with it after that. After those first 2 rounds.
I actually usually only have 2. One for the tracks that need it, and one on the master track.
I'll use one on the master track too.
Yeah, like that's usually. Oh, I try to use as little as possible.
Yeah.
Because like it's a holdover from having an old ass computer that can't process a lot of effects.
Well, that's why I sidechain stuff, because it's easier to like, you can put like the bass and the kick kind of sidechain together, and you can do a lot of weird stuff with that. And like using my bus effects, so like I'm sending all my guitars to one bus reverb. That way they all don't have a fucking reverb chant like thing on it.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea, but I change my reverbs for every fucking track. I add a reverb too.
I get that. I mean, and like I don't want to use too many reverbs and have like, especially on guitars, I want them to. I use the reverb as a glue for that usually.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Now I'm thinking back at listening to your record.
Yeah, that's how I keep a lot of things together, and I use this like a similar reverb on all of them too. That helped.
Well, yeah, it was definitely something I had to learn by figuring it out, and I think I went to I went through Lakeland Community College when I went to college, and they have a pretty, I wouldn't say the best audio program, but they had a nice audio teacher who would like take me like on the side and be like, no, this is actually how you need to do this and how you need to like do things, and that taught me pretty much most of what I know about mixing and mastering.
TikTok taught me everything.
Dude, producer TikTok, Jazz. I don't know if you're familiar with producer TikTok.
I'm
It's
not.
amazing.
It It is a wealth of knowledge. I will say that.
I might have to check that out. Maybe I'll actually learn how to mix finally.
It just teaches it like if I wanted to know, like I didn't understand how compressors worked until I started watching TikTok. Like also this is my cat laying on my lap. That wasn't obvious.
Because you're warm. You're a warm body.
Yeah, it's TikTok's amazing. Like if you want to learn anything, if it's anything you don't understand, like there's some weirdo out there that's totally gonna explain it really well.
Yep, there's some guy. There's always some guy that's gonna like tell you, "Oh, do you even know what a compressor does?" and hits the like switch camera thing and like actually like tells you what the knee is and everything and like it's aggressively educational.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. Like very just like you didn't ask for this, but you just scrolled onto it, and now you're already 3 seconds in, and now I'm.
Yeah, I honestly
going.
find the whole format of TikTok to be like oddly aggressive and confrontational.
Oh yeah, totally.
The whole like I'm just constantly I'm scrolling through videos. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to like find things. Do I search for things? Do I just kind of scroll around? I don't really get the flow of it yet. I only just recently started posting on TikTok, so I'm still like getting my feet under me there, I think.
Yeah,
I feel like you would do really well because you're very good at driving home your point.
Yeah. Well, and I've been meaning to do some like chiptune tutorials and stuff like LSDJ tutorials.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just haven't figured out quite like how I want to do that yet.
It's tough to find like I mean, I certainly haven't done it on TikTok at all, but like to find like a groove and a niche, like
it also feels so weird because I still feel like a total freaking noob at LSDJ, and I've been doing it for like 3 years now, but I still feel like I just look stuff up all the time. That's what I do. I keep the manual open if I need to reference what a command does, and
yeah.
I stopped posting videos because like I tend to attract a lot of racists.
No, I'm sorry. That's fucking sucks.
Yeah, I did one video about like how like you're not gonna find like a farmer's market or a Whole Foods in like black neighborhoods and shit like that. And I got comments like, "Oh, because people will steal the supply or something like that," or like,
so that's
gross.
What the hell?
Like it was like several comments like that. Like,
I'm sorry. That's
I'm like, okay, I'm not posting on TikTok anymore. I'll watch the videos, but no, I'm not.
Yeah, why invite that kind of shit?
Yeah,
like, you're not inviting it. You're not, but like, why subject yourself to that? Like, that's fucked.
Yeah, you can have your opinion, I guess. I'm just not gonna share mine anymore. Like, that was not fun. Because before I didn't understand like why like comments were such a big deal. Then after that, I learned real quickly how quickly a comic can just knock the wind out of your sails.
Yeah,
and
completely.
Oh yeah.
Like it can really demotivate you real quickly. And I can't imagine like if it's my music, I can easily just not care about it.
Yeah.
When you talk about something that I've culturally gone through my entire life, like like
yeah, it's that's extreme.
Like I'm not gonna find a fucking Heinen's anywhere near me. I gotta go fucking Shaker for that, Shaker or Macedonia. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, Macedonia, that's far away.
Yeah, like like I gotta go to Steelyard to get a Target around me, or like or buy damn near John Carroll. Like.
Oh, you have to go to John Carroll for a Target?
Yeah, like that what was it, Warrensburg Center whatever that fucking shopping plaza is, that's like 4 floors.
Oh yeah.
There's a nice Asian joint there too that serves like really good boba tea like that.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, I've grown addicted to boba like in the last few months. Yeah, this is Cleveland problem. But yeah, it's just like
Cleveland lore.
Yeah, But yeah, it's just like disheartening. Like when somebody is like, wants to say something stupid. It's always like the one guy who throws away like the worst comment, who he's not going to be thinking about it for like the next 6 months, but I'm going to be thinking about it for the
Yeah,
next.
that that's what's fucked is that like people don't think like one thing, like one little comment can like stick with you for fucking,
Yeah.
especially shit like that. I mean, no one could say anything like about that because I'm white, but like 'cause nothing like that sticks with me. Like if they say something about a white person, so I wouldn't even know what that feels like. But like, shit, that's a lot. Like that's a lot to experience on TikTok. Like,
Yeah, and it was like it wasn't even a large turnaround time. It was like maybe 2 hours, and I got some bullshit on my bullshit notifications. Like,
Anyway, thanks y'all for having me. I gotta go to bed.
okay,
It is
it's
like
late. Oh my god, it's almost 2 a.m.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is like lunchtime for me. So
It is my bedtime. Yeah, Nelson, I was just having this thought here of like you're probably not tired because I just remembered your schedule is so different.
oh yeah, did you check out my videos of the lab?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, but what was your day one listens? I remember them being pretty impressive.
Day one for the EP was like almost 500, which was really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
That was
That's
like,
amazing.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
congrats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, the EP is damn good, and I can't wait for Superdestroyer later this month.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fucking great. That'll be also
It's gonna be really good.
yeah,
Very stoked for that.
yeah. And I think after that, I believe it's maybe you're pretty soon. I mean, is there going to be an LP pretty soon here, or is this it? Is this it for the Merrier?
I don't know what's next. I've been meaning to kind of like ask John, but I know John's busy.
Okay.
So I don't want to be like, I don't want to ask John, hey, what's going on with EP2 when EP1 just came out and we're still like I don't know. So I want to like get it at least. I want to have a date in mind before I ask John.
Okay.
Like I don't know when I'm gonna be done. So
Yeah, I think 2022 is booked. So
yeah, and like I don't even know. Like I had thought it was gonna be 2 in 1 year, but I don't fucking know. And I don't really care either way. So whatever.
yeah, but yeah, congratulations, man. All right.
Thank you.
All right, and just so people know where to find you, Jazz, where can people find you?
I'm at Super Excite Bike on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm just at Exciting Excellent. My music is on Spotify under Exciting Excellent. Yeah, I think that's it.
And where can people find you, Jake?
The Merrier 505 on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, and Nelson, you can find me in the basement of your mother's house. Okay.
Ooh.
Got him.
All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot for entertaining. Like you guys are pretty great.
Yeah,
Good hanging out.
This is a lot of fun. This is really nice.
Yeah. That was really nice.